This is Fox 26 Morning News at 8 a.m.
8:40 right now, and self-defense doesn't have to include buying and carrying a weapon.
You can be the weapon with a little help from the experts at Young Brothers Taekwondo and West University. Rita Garcia and Chris Stipes are there this morning to put them to the test. I'm really hoping to see a little sparring going on between those two.
We'll see
and you may recognize this guy right here, Chris Stipes. He is my attacker today, a.k.a. the suspect, perpetrator, whatever you want to call him, at this self-defense class. It's all happening tomorrow, but today we're getting a preview. I want to bring Chris Cander now. You are a second-degree black belt, is that right? All right, tell us how important this class is and why it's only for ladies.
It's only for ladies because there are a lot of times when women are maybe have already experienced an attack, and we want to give them a little stress inoculation, give them some techniques, teach them what they can do in an emergency situation without feeling threatened by a male. Sometimes that can really, inspire some PTSD reactions in people, but we want to give them some basic techniques and let them know things that they can do even to prevent an attack from ever happening.
And Chris, before we get the demonstration, it's all about being proactive, right? You don't want to come to the class after you've become a victim or victimized.
Well, we do want people that have been victimized to come so that they can learn how to prevent it in the future, but definitely the way to get away from any of this kind of trouble is to be aware well in advance. We don't want the first time you think about it to be during the emergency.
All right, now some of these things, some of these techniques, rather, you can try at home.
That's right.
Demonstrate number one.
That's right. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a couple of really simple, somewhat typical attacks that you might encounter and a really easy way to get out of them.
Okay.
And so this is just something that you can practice at home with a friend or with your spouse or whomever. So if a woman's out, she might be between two cars, for example, coming out of a grocery store, or she may be in some venue, and then if somebody, comes up to her.
Bring your attacker in here.
This is my attacker, Master Juan Portal, and he's going to simulate just a front choke attack. Now the problem with this is that you only have a couple of seconds before you black out. The trachea is very sensitive, so you have to know what to do really fast. The important thing is not to follow an exact technique. It's to do something very instinctive to make sure that you get away quickly. Okay. Okay, so that was fast. I'm going to break it down and show you how to do it really slowly. So somebody,
Chris, let's get in here. Got to show everyone here. Okay. Attack me. No, I'm just kidding. Let's wait for instructions.
Okay. So if he's going to come up and he's going to put his thumbs against your trachea,
okay,
the first thing you want to do is raise your hand, and then you twist your body over so that you break that grip. Now, if you want to pin his hand with your other hand, that gives you a chance to do a back elbow strike to the jaw.
Right there, Chris.
Right there.
Watch it.
Okay. And if you do that hard enough, they're going to break away. Okay. And then if you want to do what you did, you can stick your front leg behind their knee and push forward, and they're going to drop because they're going to be off balance.
And Chris, like you said before, an attacker's head is going to go, or their body's going to go wherever their head goes. So if you can force their head in another direction, they've got no choice but to fall down.
Right. And usually someone that's going to attack you isn't going to expect a counterattack. They're not going to expect for you to be taking the power position. So anything that you can do to put them off their game to get them off balance, you suddenly have an advantage.
You say don't worry about the form necessarily.
Right.
Thinking it's just whatever you can do to get out of that situation.
Whatever it takes. Because if somebody is attacking you, the primary goal is to get away. It's not to disable them necessarily, although you can do that if you have the skill set for it, but you need to get away safely.
And a lot of times girls want to do this. They think, let me look pretty while I'm beating this guy down. Not the case. You shouldn't do that.
Don't even worry about how you look. Don't worry about what you say. In fact, the more you say, the better, because you want to, again, put them off of their game. They're not going to expect somebody to be coming right back at them.
All right, second technique.
Okay,
we got a
so
couple of seconds
another thing
left here.
is a hair grab. This is something that could happen from behind. So what you're going to do, if somebody grabs you, you've got a handle right there. You want to reach back and put your hand down because it hurts.
Okay.
Prevent them from pulling. Now the instinct is to go away. I want you to go in. I want you to twist in, and I want you to reach up and do a palm strike to the chin, okay? And again, you're knocking them off their balance.
I knocked you off your balance. All right.
Then get away.
Get away. Absolutely. That's the goal. All right. Now, this class is happening tomorrow. It's a self-defense class only for women. Give us the 411 real quick while we get some information on the screen.
Okay. So it's only for women ages 16 and up. No prior martial arts experience is necessary. Come to Young Brothers Taekwondo in Bel Air. We're going to be signing in at the front desk. It's $30. You're welcome to be here.
Well worth it. Thanks so much, Chris, for that insight. We really appreciate it. My attacker here, Chris Stipes, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.